Welcome to Behind the Boot, a Louisiana sports podcast. Your favorite weekly show bringing you the latest news in Saints, Pelicans, LSU Tigers, and more. Enjoy the show.
Welcome back to another week of Behind the Boot, a Louisiana sports podcast. I'm joined here again by my two co-hosts, man. What's good, Jerrette? How you feeling, man?
Feeling good, Ron. Feeling good. Can't complain.
That's good. That's good. How you feeling, Dan? You good? Had a good week?
Oh yeah, man. Good.
Sir. So we had a little crazy day today, man. The Pelicans didn't come out as hot as we was expecting. It looked like the preseason kind of trickling over into, the regular season. Uh, I got a couple takeaways that I seen, a lot of positives, but I want to start with Jerrette. I want to see what you thought about how they look, and does this change your opinion on where they're gonna be at for this season at all?
Uh, doesn't change my opinion on the outlook of the whole season. It's just game one, and it's majority a different team since from last year. A couple new pieces. Uh, I did one of my uh takeaways was that Bi needs some help. Could really use Zion. Could have really used Josh Hart's energy, who got hurt once again. But yeah, no, he played pretty good, but he needs some more help. We need some help off the bench. The bench got outscored. What was it, like 35 or 35-5?
Yeah,
Don't have to.
that was a thing that stuck out for me.
Yeah, needs some more help. Bi needs help. Needs some scrum off the bench. Someone needs to contribute more than Bi. That's my main outlook from that game.
Yeah. Now, one of the things, because there's a lot of things I kind of want to break down about this game, but one of the main things that stick out, I think, to everybody is Jonas Valenciunas. He played 30 minutes, 9 points, y'all. I think he finished 3 for 19. That's crazy. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like because a lot of people, man, they say it's the first game of the season. We shouldn't be too concerned. He's not gonna have too many games like that. Like, think about a bad game and then think about what Jonas just did. Like, that kind of worried me. Like, because if you as high caliber of a player as we think you are, even a bad game shouldn't look like that. Like, Bi had a bad game and still played well. He was one of the top performers on the team. You know what I mean? But in Bi standards, that's a bad game. You know what I mean? So I want to ask you, Dan, what you think about JV in particular, and do you think we in any danger of, you know, having a worry, having a repeat of Steven Adams?
No, because number one, Steven Adams wouldn't shoot the ball 5 times, but he had 10 times, but he had 19 times. I just feel that he just had a really off night, man. He had a tough matchup to begin with Joel Embiid and come back door and go with Andre Drummond. That's two good defensive big men. So he had to deal with some size need there. So it was a little tough for him, but it's a task that he's very capable of scoring on Embiid and scoring on Drummond. He had a couple of shots, man. Kind of about 5 or 6, point blank range, just stuff that he's missing, man. It'll take a little time. He'll be all right. He just had an off game. I think maybe he was pressing a little bit, trying a little too hard, overshooting the ball. I think he'll settle down a lot on Friday, and he'll play a lot better. And after all that, I still think, he had 9 points. He was, one free throw away from, a double-double. And yeah, I was going to be a double-double machine, bro. I really don't blame Jonas in this game at all. I really feel like that it wasn't really his fault. I mean, not really his fault, but it wasn't The game wasn't on him. The game was on the bench. The game was lost on the bench whenever we couldn't stop their bench shooters from shooting threes that was wide open. So that needs to be corrected, and there needs to be better communication between our backup guards like Kyle Lewis and whether it's Naj or anybody else communicating on these, I don't even know what to call it. Kind of these rub screens, and they're just wide open, and they're going underneath the screens on the shooters. And I listened to AD, and he was like, "Why are you going?" It's his favorite saying, bro. KYP, know your personnel. You're supposed to know that. Okay, if Carmine's in the game, he in the game to shoot the three. Why are we going underneath the screen? Run him on the 3-point line, make him a mid-range shooter, and you'll have some success. You can't let people come in a game and be comfortable and getting exactly to where they want to go in the spot they want to be and shooting jump shots wide open with no contest. So that game is definitely on the bench and the guards. The starters performed well to me. Josh Hart kind of went out kind of early. I think that kind of hurt the bench going a little bit because then we had to pull. I don't even know who they came with. Now it was Najee. They put Najee in for Josh Hart, and then it was just messed everything up. Everything was just sloppy until Bi got kind of hot at the end of the second quarter. But other than that, man, it's gonna be a work in progress.
This my thing though, because specifically about JV, like you said, it was an off night and all that stuff, and I agree to some extent. I think I'm comfortable with putting 90% of the blame on him though, because when you look at the two guards, bro, Devontae Graham and Null had a night. Like I look at that, and that was my question mark going into the game. Like, how can these niggas do it? Like, can they fill the void that I feel like we messed up when we let Zoe walk? And they showed that they could. So it's like when you 3 for 19, bro, you don't have to be. Like, there's options. That we got Brandon Ingram, we got Devontae Graham. Like, I felt like he killed our offensive flow. Like, cause we had times that we just went on dry spells offensively, and he was the leader of the dry spells.
And I just think I disagree with that because a lot of his shots he was missing was off offensive rebounds. It's not like he was grabbing the ball and he was just putting his head down and going to goal. Like a lot of the shots he was grabbing off of misses and stuff, like the stuff that he probably hit all the time. I mean, it's not like they was running the offense through him. That's different. If he like backing down and shooting the ball at June be off the dribble, then yeah, hell no, you need to go ahead and step back. But a lot of his shots he was getting, offensive rebounds, close to the goal, missing easy shots. So I mean, I just don't really agree with that too much. I think I don't know.
This my thing though, because I gotta give you a little pushback. I feel like Jonas is experienced enough as a player to be able to identify, like, yo, it's not my night. These other guys are cooking. Like, I think that's decision making. Because I'm not mad at him having a off night. I'm mad at him making a decision to keep trying when you know you have an off night, especially when the guys around you was balling. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta let the ball find the hot hand. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you ain't got it.
You gotta be a threat though, bro. You can't just not shoot when you're on the court.
Yeah, I mean, not granted, the 3-pointers, I'm cool with that. Like, I don't expect him to just be drilling every spot up shot he take. But come on, man. Like, that shit where he had like a stretch where he had 4 putbacks. Like, he was catching his own misses and kept going back up and missed like 4-5 times in a row. And I'm just like, dude, you ain't got it, bro. Like, you gotta kick it out. Devontae Graham sitting in the corner. Just kick it out, bro. Like, I put a lot of the fault for that game on him. But I do want to talk about, like, right before we get off for the Pels. I want to kind of highlight some of the positives. I'm gonna ask Jerrette, out of everything that you saw tonight, what do you think we could take, like, going forward to say, like, okay, this give me hope. I like what I saw here.
3 letters. NAW. No.
It's a fact.
No.
It is a fact.
No has, I think, reassured. Well, me and Dan been talking about No. So you, for some oddly reason, decide to not jump on the bandwagon, which is not too late, Ryan. You can still jump on the bandwagon. But Nas' performance today reassured all of us that he's here to be one of the vocal points in the offense, and he's definitely going to compete for that improved player of the year award towards the end of the year if he stays healthy. And that was my big thing just now, showing that he's going to be able to contribute more than he did last year. And Devontae Graham did Devontae Graham things, you know. He takes a lot of threes. He doesn't really score at the rim too often, if not barely. But most of the time, he's gonna jack a couple of threes. He's gonna make it. That three at the first half came
Yeah.
down court, roll off the pick, boom, gotcha, three. That's the type of things he do. That's Devontae Graham. So as long as our guards can keep that up, I think whenever Fat Z come back and get his ass in shape, our starting line would be pretty damn good.
Yeah, I think they it's definitely a lot of positives. Like I mentioned before, I like how uh Devontae Graham and Naw play. Like they showed that they could do that 1 and 2 thing. Cause it kind of worried me going into the season because none of them play like a point guard. You know what I mean? Like they both play like a two. So I was curious on how it would work when there was nobody that was really good at making sure the ball is moving. But they did a good enough job, man, and like they showed a lot of I don't even know the word, but he looked more experienced than he actually is. You know what I mean? Like you know how you make that jump from where you can tell a dude is a rookie to like, okay, now he like demanding respect. You know what I'm saying? He like people gotta respect him because he like that. You know what I'm saying? And you could see they best defenders having to guard him. So that's what
Definitely.
let me know like other teams they know he the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think like casual NBA fans, they might not be on the kill yet, but like within the players, they know that no, it's like that. You know what I'm saying? So that definitely gave me hope. Um, but yeah, man, anything else you wanted to add before we get off the Pels then?
Well, I was kind of impressed with the backcourt. I mean, you get what 26 from Naw and another what 15 from Devontae. I take 42 points from my backcourt. Then you add Brandon Ingram with another
18.
28, 15, 18. Yeah, I see, but I take 40 points from my starting backcourt. That's my starting backcourt, and I get 40 points out of them, bro. And I can get another 26 to 30 points from Brandon. Add on, Zion come back, and that's just 20. Man, I mean, we in good shape. I mean, I take
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
let me read this off real quick. Nikhil Alexander Walker, 23 points in 34 minutes. Um, and that right there let me know Willie Green like Naw too because he playing 34 minutes. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Devontae Graham, 18 points, 5 assists. That's if he could give me even close to this every night, we in good shape. You
Oh
know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
If he get that, I mean, if we can do that, man, 41 points from our backcourt, man, that's we in business. I mean, honestly, to be real, we didn't play very good on defense. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, was just that spurt and the game was over. That little third quarter spurt. We actually played good defense that whole game. I think they was doubling Joel pretty good, but then they let the bench come in, and then the bench just lost all focus, and the game got out of hand. But just as production from the starters, man, like I have no issue with that. I'm worried about the bench. I mean, who gonna push to the bench? I mean, I'm sure he gonna push Josh Hart probably back to the bench, maybe, but that still doesn't solve our scoring. Maybe that might help our defense out with Josh Hart being on the second team, helping us out defensively and making sure they line up right and shit. But overall, I mean, as far as the start, man, I'm good on that. I know what Zion will give me. I know what Brandon gonna give me, and if non Devontae give us that kind of production, bro. We only need 20 points on the bench, bro. If we score in the 120s or something around there every game, shit, we gonna be in every ball game.
Yeah. But the thing is, like it even in preseason too. Like I'm kind of judging off the preseason games too. They offense go into them dry spells way too often. You know what I mean? Like even last year, they had a little bit of that, but like for the most part, our offense was trustworthy. It was the defense that was just super sus.
And I
You know what
think
I'm
that's
saying?
something that Zion's gonna help out a little bit, but that's something Knock can like grow into. Because right now BI's getting doubled. So once you get Zion back on the floor, bro, it's gonna be another option that you can't just double BI. Not be a double. Whoever they're gonna double, the other great scorer is gonna be open. I think it's gonna help Nah. Nah's gonna get a lot of open looks, bro. So he needs to be ready to shoot. Cause
Yeah. And he looked like he developed that shot. I don't know what kind of like witchcraft Fred Vincent be doing, bro, but when he work with somebody, he get them right, bro. Like
I'll tell you what, I was a little disappointed in Jackson today too, man. I think they underutilized him today. I think they didn't make him a 4 point. I think he could have really helped out off the
that's
bench.
on Willie Green though, man.
That's all I just said
Like
that. I'll say, I mean, but he got in foul trouble a little bit though. I think,
yeah,
and then he got
but
frustrated and
I don't
realized.
I don't know if you seen when he ripped his jersey when they subbed
Mm-hmm.
him out. He was
Yeah,
pissed, bro. He didn't get long enough of a chance, and like the alley that got messed up, it wasn't on Jax. Like it was just a bad pass. You know what I'm saying? But I think Willie was like, all right, we can't be doing this kind of shit. We need to get JV back in here. You know what I'm saying? Like I could tell that's what was going through his mind, but it wasn't even on Jax. And I think he was feeling played about that. I hope he fixed the rotations, man. Cause everybody talking crazy like Willie Green is the savior coach, but he ain't showed me that yet. I like him. You know what I mean? Like I hope he able to do it, but those kind of coaching mistakes stick out to me.
he just gotta find you know, a good rotation, man. It's gonna take a little time. I mean, it's something
Yeah,
that
but
that shit come with time. Knowing your players and knowing what position to put Jackson to succeed. Because I think they were running too much pick and roll with him. I think they should have been running more pick and pop than pick and roll. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you run pick and pop with Jackson, he get the 3 point line. Jackson faster than probably ever seen in the NBA. Probably
yeah, for
faster than
sure.
ever seen in the NBA. He can put the ball on the floor and get to the hole. We got to use him and his athleticism to our advantage.
Yeah. We gonna see, man. I hope Willie Green get it together. I'm not like off him or nothing yet, but I do think he made some mistakes as well. A lot of it JV, but I'll give Willie Green some blame too. But we can move on to our last topic, man. I do want to kind of go back to your boy in Baton Rouge, Ed Orgeron, man. What's what's going on with your guy?
Sayonara head. That's what that means. Head is out. That's that's all what
OUT.
matters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we called it. We knew it was. I kind of thought they was gonna let him finish the season before they even announced it or anything, but
Yeah.
uh, we knew it was coming. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
So the thing that I wanna talk about is we could kind of look into the future and see. There's a few front runners, candidates that people like. I just want to get each of y'all favorite pick for who the potential next coach will be and why. So I'm gonna start with Dan.
I really don't have a favorite right now, man. I just got to see how the rest of the season play out and who's going to be available and just you just don't know the fit. I just don't know what if I had to say Scott Woodward, I have to say me just being looking at him and how he's been running, that other program these past couple of years. He's not going to want a new up and come. He's going to want somebody with a name. So he's going to take a big swing. So if I had to say anything about it, bro, it's gonna be a bold prediction, bro. I probably think he's going to take James Franklin out of Penn State. I think that'll be his. He's going to swing for the fences, bro. He's going to go after a big name, somebody that's been there. Mel Tucker's a hot name right now, I think he'll go after James Franklin first. If he doesn't hit that, I think probably next best choice probably would be Billy Napier. Joe Brady's kind of stuck in the NFL, and I don't think he's coming out. Just being that he's going to probably be getting some head coach opportunities coming up real soon, so he won't be coming back to college. So I had to have top three. It'd definitely be James Franklin, Billy Napier, and probably Mel Tucker from Michigan State.
That's what's up. I think that's pretty spot on. I want to try to get Jerrette's opinion on it, and then I'm gonna kind of match it up to this article so I can see how spot on y'all was. So I'm gonna flip it to Jerrette. Obviously, they got some good decisions. Dan kind of threw me for a loop. I didn't think he was gonna say James Franklin. Honestly, I didn't think he would like that candidate. But who you got, Jerrette? Who you think the next coach for LSU gonna be?
Next coach. I listen to a lot of podcasts and a lot of guys that's close to the organization. So, and everybody is saying Mel Tucker, James Franklin, Lane Kiffin. Top three. Believe it or not, everybody's saying that Lane Kiffin is actually lobbying for LSU job. He's not going to say it, but a lot of people are speculating that he is lobbying for LSU job and he's really interested in taking over that job.
He know he can't win at Ole Miss.
Yeah. And I feel like Lane Kiffin, that offense at LSU, with the amount of talent LSU brings in, dude, that offense of Lane Kiffin's going to be scoring like 45 points a game. If he's doing it with Ole Miss, that offense is going to be scary, like real scary with Lane Kiffin.
And I think that's what LSU need, man. Like, I think their identity been that defensive team for too long. Like, I think with the way the game be changing, you need to be able to score, especially in college football. You need to be able to put 45 up. That's the only way to, like, secure the W. You know what I mean?
Well, they went that way, man. I think they just, guess when you find light in the bottle, man, you can't just, you lose so many players, lose so many coaches. They just couldn't find it last year, but they started going that way. I mean, they're not like they ain't been a dominant defense probably for the past, I don't know, 5 years probably going on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just real hard to be dominant.
I say that because I look at the NFL now, and a lot of the best defenders, the best defensive draft picks come from LSU. So maybe not the defense as a whole ranked number one in the nation type thing, but, you know, they consistently have very good talent on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah,
they always been, So,
back to the coaching though. So they have a new president, the LSU, new president of not new AD, but new president, and he's the first black president of LSU. And word on the street is that he's trying to make a culture change. So he's probably looking to hire the first black head coach at LSU. So that's why if anyone was paying attention to the odds of the next LSU head coach, the odds, like Mel Tucker is now the betting favorite to land the LSU job. He went from plus 1,200 to plus 250 in a days, after the news cycle. So
yeah. And I do like that. You know what I mean? I think that's dope, but I still think LSU not gonna hire somebody that they think can't do it. Like they can't risk it. So it might be a plus. You know what I'm saying? But
that's my only thing with him. It's just that I'm all good with you did that with Edo. You know, you just didn't know. You got a championship about Edo. Let's get somebody I know that. What's Butler good at? You know, Or is he just a black coach? Like what is he hanging that on? Is he a defensive minded coach? Because if he just a defensive minded coach, I don't need that. I don't want that. I need somebody that's gonna bring in some recruits and bring the offense. That's what I need. So I hate to say it, but James Franklin, man, it is James Franklin, Lane Kiffin, Billy Napier, bro. If Lane Kiffin come, you can take it to the bank. Archman is gonna be LSU Tiger 2023. If Lane Kiffin come, you can take it to the bank because that's the only thing holding them back from committing. So if they get Lane Kiffin, Archman is gonna be LSU Tiger 2023. I mean that is what it's gonna be, and then our fortunes is gonna change because he's probably gonna go to Ole Miss. From what I'm hearing, like he's leaning hard to Ole Miss, and Texas making a run at him too, but it's probably gonna be Ole Miss. So if Lane Kiffin really want the job, man, I say go ahead and give it to him, bro. I mean, but I could deal with Lane Kiffin because he's a younger coach. He's not like one of them older white men that's stuck in their ways, gonna hire just, older white men to coach him. And he was kind of getting out of that. He hired a black defensive coordinator, so he never had a problem with that. But I think Lane is young enough and hip enough that these players can relate to him, and like it could be a really good culture move if he really won the job. But then just buy a situation, man. Then you got to buy him out of Ole Miss. He making $6-7 million at Ole Miss. Got to buy him on the contract, pay him to come over here. I mean, it's just a lot of money, bro. A lot of money gonna be thrown around, which they could afford. I'm not gonna say nobody's feeling sorry for LSU. They could afford to buy out the contract and bring them, but I need a big name, bro. I mean, I don't want to be set back with this rebuild and stuff again because you bring in Mel Tucker, bro. It's a complete systematic. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I'm cool with the culture change and all that, but the system change is what's gonna get to me. Going from pro style offense that he's running Michigan State, which he's running a pro style offense, to we run a spread here at LSU. We shotgun every play, and that's what they wanted. So this goddamn pro style offense not about to work in SEC, bro. That's why Nick Saban went away from him. He was getting his ass beat for 2 years.
Yeah.
It doesn't work in SEC no more. You can't come here and line up an I formation and run the ball. It's not gonna work. Too many athletes on this side of the ball. So I don't know. I'm just kind of skeptical of the Milton thing. So let's see. I'm interested to see how it play out.
That's just the president, though. Scott Woodward.
Making the final call, of course, yeah.
Yeah, Scott Woodward is probably, if the president don't intervene, Scott Woodward, I have the uppermost faith in Scott Woodward to make that right call. And I strongly believe it's going to either be James Franklin or Lane Kiffin if the president don't get in his way.
Yeah, so I just want to match everything up to this article. So I'm gonna read the top 5 potential candidates for the job. They got number 1 at Jimbo Fisher, number 2 James Franklin, number 3 Dave Aranda, number 4 Billy Napier, which I'm glad y'all didn't bring my guy up in this conversation.
I did.
And then number 5 Luke Fickell.
Oh.
Yeah. Luke Fickell is a Midwestern guy.
Yeah, he ain't going away from that.
I don't think. Yeah, he got like 6 kids, 2 sets of twins. He's not coming to the South. Jimbo not leaving Texas A&M. I find it hard to believe they're just extending him.
Yeah.
And he just beat Alabama, so I don't think he's going nowhere. And I think LSU is going to make a big hire. No disrespect to Billy Napier, but I feel like they're just gonna make a big hire.
And I do think that LSU is 2 years too late for Jimbo. If they would have pulled the trigger on Ed when all the shit was happening, they would have got Jimbo before the extension. They're the 5 of the last year that Jimbo would have been LSU Tiger. But after signing the extension, but he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, we'll keep an eye on it, man. I'm real curious to see how it play out because I'm just kind of ready for another reset. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this season kind of there's no real hope, but like a national championship or nothing. So, I'm kind of,
I still think they got a shot in having a decent season. They finish strong. I mean, they'll be all right.
They look good in that last game. Like it wasn't the prettiest win, but they look good.
Yeah. Hey, just be on the lookout for the next 4 to 6 weeks. They're gonna hire a head coach. They gotta hire the next head coach before the early sign period.
Yeah. You think they're gonna like announce it before the season done?
Oh yeah. 'Cause you gotta get those recruits. I
Yeah.
mean, all the recruits nowadays are signing after the early signing day period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not too much. Just waiting till signing day period
Yeah, you get
to announce their
yeah,
commitment.
you're getting 20, get 25 recruits in the early signing period now. So
Yeah.
the only
Yeah.
ones you really waiting on are them last 5.
All right.
But
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna make that hiring December and in November.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But shit, I'm definitely gonna be paying attention because I feel like this some crazy little drama happening. Like I feel like everybody in college football kind of looking at LSU, like watching what they doing. So definitely keep an eye on it. But real quick, man, I want to see if Dan could give us a little update on what's been going on with the Astros. I said last week I wanted to talk about them. How they look, Dan?
take it home, baby. Man, it was the first game, man. It was a typical Astros game, man, going back to the wire, home run, and settling in the bottom of the 8th with that home run by Correa, man. It's just a typical Astros game, and then the pitching was terrible these past 2 games, and they went down 2-1, and it was just if they would have had just any type of pitching those past 2 games that they lost. It would have been, I wouldn't say they would have won them, but the game would have been a lot closer. Giving up those grand slams and just terrible pitching from the starters to the bullpen. We just couldn't get right, bro. Had terrible news with Lance McCullers going out with the beginning of the series. He missing the whole series with a forearm strain, so he can't play at all. So hopefully, if we get past him, we'll have him for the World Series. But man, uh, Framer Valdez came up big last game. I mean, tonight, pitched 8 innings, 1 earned run, 7 Ks, and the offense just these 2 offenses are the 2 best offenses probably in MLB. With the pressure they put on, because the Astros got more of a power lineup. You really fear them with the power. But Red Sox got a good hit lineup, man. Like they don't have a weakness, and it has been a battle, man. A back and forth battle. They end up going down 2-1 and win these next 2 in Fenway, going back to Houston with a chance to close it out on Friday. Let's go to the World Series, man. I like to see that World Series, man. Stros versus the Braves, man. I really like to see that, man. I don't want to see the Dodgers again, man. Dodgers just will end up losing the game anyways to the Astros, and that's what that crying again like they always do. But we'll go ahead and take care of it, man. But I would really like to see that Astros and Braves World Series. I think that'll be really good for the ratings. The South will be all tuned in. And, baseball is really big in the South. West Coast. But really the South and the West Coast is really, really big. And then you got them 2 Yankees and two teams in the Northeast, Yankees and Boston. But other than that, I mean, people don't really care about baseball like the South and the North. So I think that'll be real good. Correa and Altuve, man, and Bregman, the big 3, and they got another one added on. Yordan Alvarez really bust the game open with a home run and to start the game off. So they're looking good, man. If they could get, if they just the whole thing I'm just worried about is the pitching, man. Pitching, we'll get some pitching. They'll be good. They'll be back in the World Series, and hopefully they'll get Les McCullers back in the World Series and they can take it home. But I really believe that they're the most complete team. With their pitching is intact, definitely.
Yeah, and we'll definitely keep an eye on it, man. I was looking through like I guess what you call it, the box score in baseball. That what they call like the stats.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Jose Altuve had a game 4 at bats, 2 runs. Let's see who else stuck out. It was Yordan Alvarez.
Mm-hmm.
He had 5 at bats, 2 runs, 3 hits. Like they showed up when it mattered, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because that, to me, I feel like obviously it wouldn't have ended the series, but if you wanted to keep your hopes looking good, you had to win that game, and they smoked them 9-1. So shout out to the Astros, man. Jerry, you been paying attention to them at all?
They just really needed that game though, man. They were looking to go, 2-1 because the baseball format is 2 for the home team for the top seed, 2 for the home team. Then they go 2, 3, and 2. So they have 3 at Fenway. So they were just hoping to go 1 and 2 in Boston. That was their hope. They need to go ahead and steal 1. They end up getting 2, man. So they in prime position, man, to go ahead and seal this, man. They seal it. I mean, somebody gonna be a rich man. Master Mac gonna be a rich man. The guy put $3.6 million on the Astros to win. So that guy got that bread,
crazy,
bro.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
And Master's Mac, bro. That guy is a rich.
What was the odds on it? You know?
I don't know the odds. I forgot the odds was what it was, but he put that back in the beginning of the season, like before the season started. He put $3.6 million on it.
Yeah.
It might have been like, I have to go back and double check, but it was like some decent odds. So I think he probably gonna make like $3 million off of it. You know what I'm saying? I think it was like plus 300 or some kind of shit like that. So
yeah, shit, that's a lot of money on 3.9 M's. So
yeah.
I hope that man win his money, man, because I do want to see that Astros and Braves. That would be crazy.
Definitely.
So we'll keep an eye on it, man. But I think that's about what we can wrap up for the week, man. Unless y'all had something y'all wanted to throw in.
Nah, that's really it, man. I don't see nothing else.
Just real quick before we get out of here, what y'all think? Win or loss next week for the Saints?
W.
What you got, Jerrette?
Easy W. Nah,
31-20 Saints.
Yeah,
I can respect that because I do think it's gonna be a good game.
I got it.
I don't know if they're gonna just go smoke them.
27-20
That's a bet.
Saints.
Yeah, I do think the Saints gonna win too, and it will be a close game. But we'll be back next week for the update and everything. So y'all let the people know where they can follow y'all at on social media.
Look at DJ Go. Look at _DJ Go. Social, Instagram and Twitter.
And Jerrette?
Hey, your boys at go with _the flow on Twitter. Jerrette Popillion. Facebook, you can see it as my name on the video if you're watching YouTube. That's how YouTube brought up.
Yes, sir. So yeah, we'll be back next week, man. If y'all made it this far through the video, y'all subscribe to the channel. It's where we'll be dropping most of our content. Y'all like and comment. Let us know how we doing. You know what I'm saying? Anything we need to improve on, just let us know that. But we'll be back to talk about Pelicans at Bulls. And we'll get y'all Saints wrap up this next week. But see y'all on the next show.